Okay, we got two stories, both of which are from secular talks I'd like to cover, but they both have a similar theme. And that is that the Justice Democrats will almost certainly win at this point. The first one is a Bernie Sanders-style Democrat nearly winning in Kansas. Kansas is, of course, a very right-wing state, and the district in question was basically the Koch brothers' backyard. However, a Bernie-style candidate named James Thompson almost beat Ron Estner, who was the person who ended up winning. Now, however, some people might be saying, well, Ephrom, Josine, he still lost. Now, in a deeply red state that the Koch brothers are funding for, how much do you think he lost by? He lost by about 6%. That's 6 out of every 100 people, or 3 out of every 50 people. So he only barely lost. And again, this is a very right-wing state where the Republicans are almost certainly going to win. And yet, Ron Estner was still very challenged. He had to run ads. I believe Trump and Pence had to actively support him in order for him to win. And James Thompson was there supporting single-payer, supporting minimum wage being a living wage, supporting all these things that Bernie Sanders was supporting. And you know who else was supporting? The Justice Democrats. But if that's not enough proof, well, let me read you another one. This is a poll. There have been 3 or 4 of those, but this is the first one I've covered. It's a poll that finds that everybody's favorite senator as of right now is Bernie Sanders. What does this tell you? The Justice Democrats will win. Because Justice Democrats have very similar ideas to Bernie Sanders. We want universal health care, we want universal college, we want minimum wage to be a living wage and tied to inflation. We want all of this. And the man who's proposing all of this, who basically was the reason this movement exists right now, well, that and corporate Dems ignoring him, is the most popular senator in the United States. The least popular, in case you're wondering, is Mitch McConnell, followed by, I think, John McCain and Lindsey Graham. All 3 of those are Republican senators. This tells you that, first off, Democrats are more popular than Republicans in the United States as it is. And if we had strong left-wing populism in the United States, which is what the Justice Democrats are trying to achieve, we will almost certainly win. And here's the thing, this is the first story is the main one I want to talk about for a little longer. When we can almost get Kansas, we can get pretty much any state. I mean, if we can almost get Kansas, that means we can almost certainly get every left-wing state. We can almost certainly get pretty much every state that's voted Democrat once since 2000. We certainly should be able to get Minnesota and California at the very least. And California is a huge state, so even just getting that will give us major representation in Congress. But yeah, that's all we need to do. We need to do all of this. And we can do it, and these prove it. That's it. I'm Sifro Joe, and good night.